Welcome to Shield classes. Today I am going to discuss the very important topic of human physiology, and the name of the topic is called respirations. My dear student, this is a very important topic in NEET entrance exam, and the way I am going to be discussed with you is different from other organizations. My way of teaching is different. I'm involving, there is a very important way of teaching that is called flow chart method. It's a unique type of teaching methodology our organization is going to be adopt. Now my dear student, what exactly the meaning of respiration is? Respiration, I would like to share with you, I have written over here. Respiration is catabolic process. Respiration is catabolic process. Why it is catabolic process? Because there is an oxidation of food. Next, which is very important point of respiration is involuntary process. It's not controlled by yourself. So that is why, my dear student, it is called as a what? Involuntary process. The first point is catabolic. The second point is involuntary process. Right? Next, I would like to tell you one thing which is very important. The whole respirations we have taken into the 3 steps. The first one, 3 steps. And what are the name of the steps, my dear student? The first one is called pulmonary ventilations. What is called? Pulmonary ventilations. The second one is called pulmonary respirations. And the third one is called internal and tissue respirations. So we have taken 3 steps. What are the name of the steps, my dear students? There are the 3 steps. Pulmonary ventilations, pulmonary respirations, and internal and tissue respirations. When we are talking about pulmonary respiration, my dear student, what exactly the question is going to be asked you? What is pulmonary respirations? So I am giving you very smallest way by which you understand pulmonary ventilations. Pulmonary ventilation is nothing but here there is an inspirations and expirations. Inspirations, intake of oxygens, and there is a release of carbon dioxide, that is called expirations, will comes under the category of what? Pulmonary ventilations. My dear student, where pulmonary ventilations will, what is pulmonary ventilation is? It is inspiration as well as expirations. Inspiration means intake of oxygen, and when you are talking about expiration, it is called release of carbon dioxide. Right? Okay. So the question is not going to be asked you very simple. The question is going to be asked you something difficult. It's something because they will ask you some tricky questions. So what will be the question will be? It is where is basically pulmonary ventilation take place. So it is an exchange of exchange of oxygen, or it is exchange of gases from atmosphere and lungs. Are you getting my dear student? So it is an exchange of what? Exchange of gases between inspiration and expirations, and between what? Atmosphere and mitochondria. So far as when I am coming to the next point, before going to the next point, I would like to discuss with you. When I have said you it is a catabolic process, right? Catabolic process, where what is going on in respiration is. It is basically, it involves the exchange of environmental oxygen and body carbon dioxide. Exactly, it is exchange of environmental oxygen and body carbon dioxide. And see, why there is exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide, my dear students? Because it has to be utilized for oxidation of glucose. See, there is a need of oxidation of the glucose have to be taken place. And for that, there is a need of what? Exchange of environmental oxygen and body carbon dioxide. Are you getting my dear students? So this is the way of my teaching is flow chart method. It is the only institution where we are taking, that type of methodologies are basically we are adopting, and by which you can understand the topic very easily. is not going to be difficult for you, because I am going to assure you that whatever I will taught you, none other than question is going to be asked in the exam. So the question will be from here only. Now the next one, which is very important, that the respiration take places in 3 steps. The next one is pulmonary respiration. What is pulmonary respiration? When we are talking about pulmonary respiration is concerned, it is the exchange of gases. It is exchange of gases between air spaces and blood in pulmonary capillaries. Air spaces and blood and pulmonary capillaries. So this is what basically exchange of air spaces and blood in pulmonary what? Capillary. So this is what we call pulmonary respirations. And see all the process, the movement of oxygen and the movement of carbon dioxide, they are dependent upon what? They are dependent upon the partial pressures. Partial pressures. So the total is basically it's the movement of depend upon what? Partial pressures. Now the next I would like to be tell, which is very important, that is called internal and tissue respiration. What exactly the meaning of internal and tissue respiration is concerned? Okay, when we are talking about internal and tissue respiration is concerned, it is the exchange of oxygen between blood in systemic capillary and tissue cells. It is the exchange between blood in systemic capillaries and tissue cells. So the question will be asked you that what are the name of where this internal tissue respiration take place? So your answer will be what, my dear student? Your answer will be blood in systemic capillaries and tissue cells. This is what first answer. Next they may ask you in exam, where is the pulmonary respiration take place? You have to be tell the pulmonary respiration take place between the air spaces in blood and pulmonary capillaries. The next they will ask you where is the pulmonary ventilation take place? Then your answer will be it is between atmosphere and lungs, right? And C, finally respiration is oxidation of, where is the oxidation of glucose will take place? Your answer should be what? There is mitochondria. So mitochondria is known as the powerhouse of the body, and they are going to give you ATP, right? So this is the way by which you can understand the topic very systematic and is a unique type of methodology which we have adopted